Yo, I am all about ghosts and paranormal stuff. I'm into it. Don't like to even hear about it at nighttime. I'm a believer. This episode is 1922 with Sam and Colby. I guess these guys are like ghost hunters, like new age TikTok, Instagram, YouTube ghost hunters, which is great. This clip you're about to hear is Joe talking about how haunted the Comedy Store is. Coach Colin, coolest high performance coach in the world. You want the best insights to the podcasts and videos you love? Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Right, 100%.
Have you guys ever been to the Comedy Store?
No, but we were trying to.
Yeah, listen, I can set that up. The Comedy Store is without a doubt haunted.
We went
If there's
there
a
for
place
show.
that's haunted in the world, it's the Comedy Store, because it used to be a mob nightclub, and they've murdered people there. 100%. That was Bugsy Siegel's nightclub. It was called Ciro's, and in the 1950s, was it the 50s and the 60s? Is that what it was? But
started in the 40s, actually.
in the 40s.
Yeah.
But it's a famous old mob-run nightclub that Mitzi Shore took over in the 1970s. So the place has this feel to it, like it's been run, as an entertainment venue for 70 years or something crazy like that.
Isn't there a bunch of like underground passageways around
Yeah.
there too?
There was actually an article about this house on Crest Hill. Here, Whitney Cummings sent it to me, so I'll send it to you, Jamie. But I almost bought this house in the 1990s. In the 1990s, they were selling this house that the Comedy Store owned right above the club.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's it.
Stories
And that's
about-
the one that's connected to the Comedy
Yes,
Store?
there's supposedly a tunnel, because that's right above and to the left of the comedy club. And that was also owned by Bugsy Siegel. Stories from the comedians who inhabited Crest Hill, the house above the Comedy Store. So that house was for sale. The Comedy Store was selling it. Mitzi was going to sell it. And but the problem is, if you go back to that photo, it's got like this tiny little bullshit yard. Like, that's the yard. And I have a dog. I had a dog back then, too. And I was like, I don't want to leave my dog in this bullshit yard.
Or
Like,
every
he
place
needs
in
a fucking
LA.
yard. Yeah, my dog needed a yard. And also, it's just too weird to be that close to the Comedy Store. There were so many stalkers and freaks,
Yeah.
and have people just showing up at your house, and you're
It's just right on the boulevard, right?
yeah. So
Right
the
off
Crest Hill's right off the boulevard, but it's right there. It's a 2-minute walk from Sunset.
I've heard like comedians like Bobby Lee in the past say that they've had issues there. Like people won't even work with them just based on the fact that he's worked there for so long.
Really?
Obviously, I don't know like too much about that, but he's talked about that in other podcasts and stuff
Oh,
where
it's haunted?
yeah, where he says it's very haunted and like people don't want to work with him because he works there.
Really?
It's like everybody like that works
that might
there
be an
is-
excuse for why they don't want to work with Bobby. Bobby.
That could be it.
Bobby, it might be you. I've never heard anybody say that before. I can't work with you because you work at that haunted place. That doesn't-
Yeah. They just
Yeah.
don't want to be like around that stuff.
Well, there are 100% are people that have stories. This episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens. This is easy for me because GMOs, no probiotics, and adaptogen. It's great. Age 5 free travel packs with
Buy
your
AG1,
first purchase.
I guess.
All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Rogan. That's athleticgreens.com/Rogan to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance stories.
Thanks,
including
Joe.
multiple comedians, multiple managers of the place, waitresses at the place. There's a lot of people that had stories of like seeing weird things and meeting people that weren't there. And
Have you ever had an experience like
I tried. I went down in the basement one day by myself.
Yeah.
And I walked into the main room by myself. Carl LeBeau, who recently passed away, Carl had the weirdest story. He got kicked out of his house. He got in a fight with his wife, and he got kicked out of his house. And he went to the Comedy Store and decided he was going to sleep on the stage in the main room. And he's like, man, I'm gonna fucking make it. I'm sleeping on this stage. She's gonna kick me out of the house, but one day I'll fucking show you. And so like he's drunk and he lays down on the stage, and then he hears a door shut. And the Comedy Store main room is pitch black, right? So this is what it looks like. But that's only when the lights are on. So he's laying down and he hears a door shut, and he goes, "Hey, it's Carl. It's me, Carl. Who is that?" and then he doesn't hear shit. And then he hears chairs moving. He hears like clink, 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 clink.
Oh, God.
And he's sitting there. He's going, what the fuck is going on? And something grabs his ankle and pulls him off the stage and onto the floor. And then he hears chairs moving again, and bam, the door shuts and slams, and nothing else. There's no one in the room. He has no idea what the fuck happened, but he told that story on stage one night. It's like he set the tone, this like spooky lighting, and it was really cool.
Wait, so he got pulled by his ankle off of the stage, so
Off the
multiple
stage.
feet away.
Yeah, something grabbed him. He didn't see anyone. But something grabbed his ankle and pulled him off the stage and
Dang.
onto the floor.
That's when you want security footage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know,
Where's
right?
the cameras at?
There's no cameras in that place. Maybe there is now, but they definitely wasn't back then. Yeah. When did you? So you guys started out. You were.
Oh man, even just hearing that, and right now, like if I hear a creak or anything right now, I'm gonna just be on edge. But I don't know, man. People have had experiences, and I can't rule anything out. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, that's nonsense. I can't, because I've had my own experiences. You know, one time I was working at Staples. I've worked so many jobs. I was working at Staples, and this assistant manager, she's like, we moved into this new place, like me and my fiance or husband or something, I don't know. And she's like, I moved into this new place. She's like, and it's so weird. She's like, a lot of weird shit happens. She's like, I was moving in once. If I hear anything right now, I'm gonna fucking freak out. But she's talking about, she was moving in. She was like doing some stuff in another room, and then she heard something and then walked in. Nobody's there. Her husband's not there. He's not playing tricks on her. He's at work. She walks into this room, and on a cupboard, like a kitchen cupboard, but like high up, like so high that she can't get it. She had to climb up. She's like, one of the cups was like up there, and she was just like, the fuck? Like she heard a bang and then saw the cup up there. Nobody's there. She has to climb up, bring the cup down. She does. Then she talks about another story, how she was in the house and then she hears a bunch of stuff. She hears like a bunch of clanging and this and that. And then she goes into the kitchen and all the drawers are open. Oh, this freaks me out even talking about it. Fuck. She opens the drawer. Or she goes into the kitchen. All of the drawers are open and all of these like pans and like stuff is just like on the floor. So I'm like, move. And she's like, no, it's nothing. And then she was talking about hearing knocks and just all sorts of weird shit like that. And like, I'm done at the cup. That's when I'm done. And you know what's crazy? Where I live, for the first like few weeks, I would like go upstairs. I would go downstairs, and then I would come upstairs, right? In this house, I would go upstairs, and then all of a sudden, the fan would be on. You know, the washroom fan. The washroom fan would be on, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'd be like, "I didn't turn this on," right? And I was getting so freaked out for weeks. I didn't tell my wife, but it turns out one of the light switches, like all the way downstairs, we didn't know what it did. And apparently it just turns on the fan upstairs for some reason. So I was really just scaring the shit out of myself. So, yeah, that happens. But there's other experiences I've had that are fucking, I'm not even getting into it. But I just wanted to play that. Comedy Store's haunted. I'm out. Peace.